Hello friends, and welcome to the tutorial on basic data types and operators in Python. At the end of this tutorial, you will be able to know the data types in Python, that is numbers, boolean, sequence. Then second one, learn about the operators in Python, arithmetic operators, boolean operators. Then know the Python sequence data types, list, string, tuple. First, we will explore Python data structures in the domain of numbers. There are three built-in data types in Python to represent numbers. These are int, float, then complex. So let us first invoke our IPython interpreter. So type IPython in your command and hit enter. Let's first talk about int. So type a is equal to 13. Then type a, so you can see the output. Now we have our first int variable a. If we now see, type in the command, type within brackets a, then you will see the output int. This means that a is a type of int. There are a lot of functions associated with the int data type. They manipulate it in different ways. These can be explored by doing a dot tab. Then int data type can hold integers of any size. Let's see this by an example. So type b is equal to a couple of nines or some data. Then type b. So you can see the output. As you can see, even when we put a value of 9 repeated 20 times, Python did not complain. This is because Python's int data type can hold integers of any size. Let us now look at the float data type. Decimal numbers in Python are represented by the float data type. So type p is equal to 3.141592. Then type p. Then if you notice, the value of output of p isn't exactly equal to p. This is because computer saves floating point values in a specific format. This is always an approximation. This is why we should never rely on equality of floating point numbers in a program. The last data type in the list is complex number. So type c is equal to 3.2 plus 4.6j. It's just a combination of two floats, the imaginary part being defined by j notation instead of I. Complex numbers have a lot of functions specific to them. Let us look at these. So type c dot tab, so you can get the output. So let us try some of them. C dot real, then c dot image, imag. C dot real gives the real part of the number and c dot imag gives the imaginary. We can get the absolute value using the function abs within brackets c. Now pause the video here and try out the following exercise and resume the video. Find the absolute value of 3 plus 4j. Now switch to terminal for solution. So type abs within brackets 3 plus 4j. Thus we get the absolute value of the expression. Let us do one more exercise of similar type. So pause the video here and try out the following exercise and resume the video. What is the data type of number? 29. That is a couple of 9 up to 20. So is it not integer? So the solution is on your screen. The data type of this number is long, so it is an integer. But big integers are internally stored in Python as long data type. Python also has Boolean as built-in type. So to try it out, just type in the terminal t is equal to true. Note that t in true is capitalized. You can apply different Boolean operations onto it. So now, for example, try out f is equal to not space t, enter, then f or t, then f and t. The results are self-explanatory. What if you want to apply one operator before another? Well, you can use the parenthesis for precedence. Let us write some piece of code to check this out. So type a is equal to false, b is equal to true, c is equal to true. To check how precedence changes with parenthesis, we will try two expressions and their evaluation. The first one, within brackets a and b, then or c, then hit enter. This expression gives the value true, whereas the expression a and within brackets b or c and that gives the value false. Let's now look at some operators available in Python to manipulate these data types. Python uses plus sign for addition. So type 23 plus 74. You can see the added value. And minus sign for subtraction. 23 minus 56. Star sign for multiplication. Slash, that is backslash for division. Say for example we can try out 384 by 16 slash 16, then 8 by 8 slash 3, then for the decimal one we can try 8.0 by 3, that is 8.0 slash 3. Note that when we did 8 slash 3, the first case results in an integer output as both the operands are integers. However, when 8.0 slash 3 is used, the answer is float, as one of the operands is float. Let us move ahead with the operators. Percentage sign for modulo operation. So type 87 modulo 6, hit enter, and 2 stars for an exponent. So type 7 star star 8 and hit enter. In case one wishes to use the current value of variables in which the result is stored in the expression, one can do that by putting the operator before equal to. So you can say a is equal to 73, then next one a star is equal to 34. The above expression is same as a is equal to, you can try that by typing a is equal to a star 34 and hit enter, and a slash, that is backslash, is equal to 23. Pause the video here and try out the following exercise and resume the video. Using Python, find the square root of 3. The solution is on your screen. 3 star star 0.5 gives the square root of 3. Now ls 3 star star 1 by 2, that is 1 slash backslash 2, and 3 star star 0.5 same. Now switch to terminal and just try out both exercises. So type 3 star star 0.5 and hit enter. Then type 3 star star 1 backslash 2 and hit enter. As you can see, the first operation gives an integer, whereas the second one gives a float. Hence, though both mean the same, they give different outputs. Let us now discuss sequence data types in Python. Sequence data types are those in which elements are kept in a sequential order and all the elements are accessed using index numbers. The sequence data types in Python are list, string, tuple. The list type is a container that holds a number of other objects in the given order. We create our first list by typing. So you can take the terminal and type num underscore list is equal to within square brackets 1, 2, 3, 4. Then num underscore list. Then items enclosed in square brackets separated by commas constitutes a list. List can store data of any type in them. So we have a list something like var underscore list is equal to within square brackets 1, 1.2, within again square brackets 1, 2. To check, you can type var underscore list. Let's look at another sequence data type, strings. So you can type greeting underscore string is equal to within double quotes hello. Greeting underscore string is now a string variable with the value hello. Python strings can actually be defined in three different ways. The k is equal to in single quotes. You can write single quote, then L is equal to, let's see how to include a single quote, and M is equal to within three single quotes and in double quotes. Let's see how to include both. As you can see, single quotes are used as delimiters usually. When a string contains a single quote, double quotes are used as delimiters. When a string quote contains both single and double quotes, triple quotes are used as delimiters. The last in the list of sequence data types is tuple. To create a tuple, we use normal brackets, unlike square brackets for list. So you can type num underscore tuple within brackets 1 to 8 separated by commas. Because of their sequential property, there are certain functions and operations we can apply to all of them. The first one is accessing. They can be used using index numbers. So type in terminal num underscore list within square brackets 2, the num underscore list within square brackets -1, then greeting underscore string within brackets 1, then greeting underscore string within brackets square brackets 3, greeting underscore string -2 in square brackets, then num underscore tuple within square brackets 2, num underscore tuple within square brackets -3. Indexing starts from 0, from left to right, and from -1 when accessing lists in reverse. Thus, num underscore list within square brackets 2 refers to the third element 3, and greetings -2 is the second element from the end, and that is L. Addition gives a new sequence containing both sequences. So type num underscore list plus var underscore list in terminal. Then a underscore string is equal to in double quotes another string. Then greetings underscore string plus a underscore string. Then t2 is equal to 3, 4, 6, 7 separated by comma. in brackets. Then num underscore tuple plus t2. Len function gives the length. So you can type len within brackets num underscore list. Then type len within brackets greeting underscore string. Then len within brackets num underscore tuple. We can check the containership of an element using the in keyword. So you can type in terminal and check so that we can see the difference. So type 3 in num underscore list. Then type in single quotes at in greeting underscore string. Then 2 in num underscore tuple. We see that it gives true and false accordingly. Find maximum using max function and minimum using min. So you can check that on terminal by typing max within brackets num underscore tuple. Then type min within brackets greeting underscore string. Now get a sorted list. So you can type sorted sorted within brackets num underscore list. As a consequence of their order, we can access a group of elements in a sequence together. This is called slicing and striding. First, let us discuss slicing. Given a list, j is equal to within square brackets 1 to 6. Let us say we want elements starting from 2 and ending in 5. First, for this we can do j within square brackets 1 colon 4. The syntax for slicing is sequence variable name, comma square bracket, comma first element index, comma colon, comma second element index. The first element, however, is not included in the resultant list. So you can type j within square brackets colon 4. If first element is blank, left blank, default is from beginning, and if last element is left blank, it means till the end. So left blank, default is from beginning, and if last element is left blank, it means till the end. So you can type on the terminal j within square brackets 1 colon, then type j within brackets colon. This effectively is the whole list. Striding is similar to slicing except that the step size here is not 1. So let us see an example. So type new underscore num underscore list is equal to 1 to 10 separated by commas in square brackets. Then new underscore num underscore list within square brackets 1 colon 8 colon 2. Then in another line within square brackets 2 4 6 8 separated by comma. That would be the output. The colon 2 added in the n signifies all the alternate elements. This is why we call this concept striding, because we move through the list with a particular stride or step. The step in this example being 2, we have talked about many similar features of lists, strings and tuples. But there are many important features in lists that differ from strings and tuples. Let's see this by example. Type num underscore list new underscore num underscore list within square brackets 1 is equal to 9. Then greetings underscore string within square brackets 1 is equal to in single quotes k. Oops, you can see a error. As you can see, while the first command executes without a problem, there is an error on the second one. Now let's try new underscore tuple within square brackets 1 is equal to 5. It's showing the same error. This is because strings and tuples share the property of being immutable. We cannot change the value at a particular index just by assigning a new value at that position. We have looked at different types, but we need to convert one data type into another. Well, let's one by one go through methods by which we can convert one data type to other. So type I is equal to 34, D is equal to float within brackets I, then type D. Python has built-in functions int, float and complex to convert one number type data structure to another. So type DEC is equal to 2.34, then DEC underscore con, con is equal to int within brackets DEC, then DEC underscore con. As you can see, the decimal part of the number is simply stripped to get the integer. So type com is equal to com is equal to 2.3 plus 4.2j, then type float within brackets com. So here we are getting another error. So here this error can be solved by your side. So now similarly we can convert list to tuple and tuple to list. For that, type lst is equal to 3, 4, 5, 6 separated by commas, then tup is equal to tuple within brackets lst, then type lst, then type tuples tupl is equal to 3, 23, 4, 56 in brackets, then lst is equal to list within brackets tupl, then just type tupl. However, converting a string to a list and a list to a string is an interesting problem. Let's say we have a string, some string is equal to, within double quotes, is there a way to split on these spaces? Then the some strings can be checked by typing some string dot split function. So it will split by commas. This produces a list with the string split at white spaces. Similarly, we can split on some other character. So you can type other string is equal to, within double quotes, Tim, Amy, Stewie, boss. So how do we split on comma? Simply pass it as argument. So you can type on the terminal other string dot split within brackets comma in single quotes and hit enter. Now join function does the opposite. Join a list to make a string. So you can type L1 is equal to, within square brackets, list join on comma all are in single quotes, then type okay, then after that you can type within single quotes comma dot join within brackets L1 Thus we get a list joined on commas. Similarly, we can do spaces. So you can type L2 is equal to within square brackets in single quotes now, comma on, comma spaces. And you can type just single quotes in space dot join within brackets L2. So you will get an output like that. Note that the list has to be a list of strings to apply join operation. Pause the video here and try out the following exercise and resume the video. So the first one, check if 3 is an element of the list. Say 1, 7, 5, 3, 4. In case it is, change it to 21. Now switch to terminal for solution. Type L is equal to 1, 7, 5, 3, 4. Then type 3 in L. Then 1, the L in square brackets 3 is equal to 21. Then just type L. Let us solve one more exercise. So pause the video here, try out the exercise and resume the video. Convert the string Elizabeth is Queen of England to Elizabeth is Queen. So now switch to terminal for solution. So S is equal to Elizabeth is Queen of England in double quotes. Then type STEMP is equal to S dot split in closing brackets. Then in single quotes space dot join, then within brackets STEMP within square brackets colon 3 and hit enter. As you can see, we have easily removed the unwanted words. So this brings us to the end of the tutorial. And in this tutorial we have learned to understand the number data types, integer, float and complex, know the boolean data types and operators, plus, comma, backslash, percentage, that is modulo, and then star for multiplication. Then use of sequence data types, list, strings and tuple. Then slice sequences by using the row and column numbers. Split and join a list using split function and join function respectively. Then convert to strings to tuple and vice versa. Here are some self-assessment questions for you to solve. First one, what is the major difference between tuples and lists? Second one, split the string on white spaces. That is, string is equal to split the string on white spaces is the question. And the answers. The first one, the major difference between tuples and lists is that tuples are immutable while lists are not. And for the second one, to split the strings on white spaces, we use the function split without an argument. That is string.split function. So we hope you have enjoyed this tutorial and found it useful. Thank you.